Chapter 9. Our bus passed through vast desert, spotted with villages of earthen huts. We watched caravans of camels winding across the plain. The camels carried heavy bundles, but strutted forward effortlessly, their long necks moving slowly back and forth, in perfect sync with every other limb. In the heat of the sun, nomads, their heads wrapped with turbans, stained white by sun and sand, rode on the camels or paced alongside their trusted animals. Here under the clear skies of the Iranian desert was a lifestyle completely foreign to my own. I felt I had gone back in time. As the sun rested in the western horizon, the starlit Persian night made its entrance, so still and quiet that I dozed into a dream. Opening my eyes minutes later, I was blinded by a flash of light. Neon signs outshone the stars: Mobil, Shell, Exxon, Texaco. It seemed we had accelerated through centuries in mere minutes, as if the bus had become a time machine. Everyone but the driver and I were fast asleep. We had reached the outskirts of Tehran, where the Shah of Iran had rolled out the red carpet to welcome foreign oil companies. From where I sat, the city appeared as a neon-lit island floating in a sea of ancient desert. In Tehran, some traveling companions brought Jeff, Ramsey, and me to a hotel frequented by Western youth. With each step we climbed toward our room, the pungent scent of hashish grew. Hippies from England, Germany, and California were passed out in their beds while others sprawled on the floor. The iron butterflies in Agata Davida blasted through stereo speakers. Everyone was stoned. One young man, his scraggly blonde hair scattered over his face, staggered up to us. "Hey, brothers, welcome home," he slurred with half-shut, bloodshot eyes. "Get hip and get high, man. Just be cool and blow your mind." He sucked heavily from a hashish pipe and held it out. "Take a toke." On the tables lay several balls of hashish, the size of softballs. People in the room continually tore off chunks to smoke or eat. Although we were open to such experiences, this was too much. Ramsey expressed our shock. "Egad, there's capital punishment for possession of a gram of hashish. Yet you mates have kilos lying around in the open." Jeff chimed in, "Are you guys crazy? Smoke is bellowing out of your door into the hallway. You could be killed for this." A hippie sprawled out on the floor, turned and yelled, "You're a bummer, man. Get out of here." A disheveled blonde girl, shoving potato chips into her mouth and chewing wildly, chided, "What's with you? Are you straight or something?" "Don't be paranoid, man," slurred our host, puffing his pipe. "Either be cool or get off of my cloud." The three of us looked at one another in disbelief. Jeff muttered, "We've got to get out of this place." The warning of the U.S. State Department was etched in our minds. As we hurried down the stairs, we ran right into 3 policemen on the way up. It struck me that these hippies, they really were on a cloud, and it appeared that there might be some thunder and lightning coming their way. It was in Tehran that I quietly studied the followers of Islam. Religion was so much a part of their everyday lives and seemed to inspire such beauty in their spirits. I was inspired to see the spiritual integrity of ordinary, God-loving Muslims, but shook with trepidation on encountering those who practiced extremism in the name of that religion. Seeking the essence of the world's religions, I hope to better understand. Journeying on across the Iranian countryside, we came to Mashhad, a place of pilgrimage for Shiite Muslims. Here I expressed my wish to spend some time alone. So Jeff and Ramsey agreed to travel ahead and meet me in Kabul, Afghanistan. I must have been a peculiar sight. A young American with hair draped down his back, wearing a turtleneck and pinstripe jeans, and sitting alone in front of a mosque, intermittently reading the Quran and meditating. One man observed me from a distance, and taking interest, wandered over to where I sat. A tall fellow of about 40, he had clear brown eyes and a fair complexion, and wore a spotless white robe and turban. He bowed his head respectfully. "Sir, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ibrahim. I am a resident of the holy city of Mashhad." I extended my hand to him. He continued, "You appear to be interested in my religion. May I speak to you?" After inquiring about my life, he agreed to teach me about Islam. Just outside the magnificent tomb of a saint, we sat on 2 small rugs to study. He looked to the sky and spoke in a deep voice. "Almighty Allah has sent you to me at this sacred time and place. Within this shrine is the burial place of the saints Imam Reza and Harun al-Rashid. And thousands of pilgrims are now in Mashhad to observe the holy month of Ramadan, the 9th month of the Islamic calendar." He paused and smiled gently, then talked about how the Prophet Muhammad had first received his first revelations of the Holy Quran during the month of Ramadan. Ibrahim continued, "In a cave, Gabriel, the merciful messenger of Almighty Allah, revealed the Holy Quran to the Prophet to bring peace to all sentient beings. He pressed his palms and fingers together and then touched the tips of his index fingers to his forehead. Islam means submitting to the will of Allah, the Almighty God of creation. Please hear as I explain our teachings and practices." Soon a crowd of staring pilgrims encircled us. It was no ordinary sight in this neighborhood. Ibrahim kindly escorted me to the library room in his home. I found him to be a liberal-minded scholar of Scripture, and he seemed to practice the tenets of his faith sincerely, with generosity and kindness. He removed the Holy Quran from a shelf filled with old Arabic and Persian manuscripts and recited a passage of invocation. Then, raising his outstretched palms to the heavens, he began, "Islam teaches that there is no God but the one God, and Muhammad is the messenger of God. God revealed his word for mankind to Muhammad and other prophets, including Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Muhammad is the last, or the seal of the prophets. Thus his preaching for humanity will last until the day of resurrection." He went on to explain how Almighty Allah had sent angels to the earth to help prepare the faithful for the day of judgment. when they would meet their fate in either heaven or hell. He said that Muslims believed that the main written record of revelation to humanity was the Quran, the final revelation of God to humanity. He also told me of the 5 obligations Muslims have to fulfill in their lives: to believe in Allah as the one true God, to offer namaz or prayer 5 times every day, to fast during the month of Ramadan, to give in charity to the deprived, and to perform Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca, at least once in life. In this way, Ibrahim spoke for hours about the history and teachings of his faith. He was a refined gentleman, so different from the man who had forced me to scream the name of God in the tea shop of Erzurum. I was gaining striking lessons in how every religion has so many levels of practitioners, and how shallow it would be to generalize about an entire religion from a few of its followers. As the sun set, casting a golden veil over Mashed, Ibrahim gave me a decorated box of dried fruits and bid me farewell to join his family as they broke the Ramadan fast.